I'm going to cover a topic that has helped me a ton with building and dealing with agents, teaching agents, working with agents. I had to learn at some point, like I remember early on, I struggled building, and I'm laughing because Killamette used to always, and he still will say when we talk about the history of it, he'd be like, dude, they're all quitting. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Why? He goes, you got no bedside manner. I'm like, oh, that's a nice way of saying I'm an a-hole. I appreciate it. And I had to really learn. There's two things I learned. One, I had to learn there's a difference between what I'm saying and what people hear, right? I want y'all to understand what people hear when you speak versus exactly what you're saying. Let me give you an example. It's a simple example. There's a million situations where it can apply. Say someone has a question about phone script and you go, bro, did you watch the training? They hear, damn, John doesn't want to help. Where I can twist it just a little bit and go, hey, I got this question about phone script. I go, awesome, great question. Dude, I'm walking into an appointment. Did you see this video yet? If not, I'm going to send it to you. You can watch it. It's 30 minutes long. It's everything we need to know on phone script. Take a listen to it. If you have any questions after that, give me a call. I'll be done with my meeting at 9. Whatever you say. You can word it differently. And they'll hear, dang, he's giving me a resource. And then if that doesn't answer all my questions, he's also available to talk. You know, and I just started changing the way I said things to people because I really started to understand that people are very different. Everybody's personalities are different. People take things different. Some people like you more than others. I wanted people to have success and push them and challenge them. But at the same time, if I cause them to be frustrated, that doesn't help anybody. Doesn't help them, doesn't help me. So I really had to learn that. I learned pretty early on that not everybody thinks the same way as me. And I don't say that to say the way I think is perfect. I spoke to people the way I need to be spoken to or the way I understand things. And I really had to learn to deliver things different. Analogies help a lot with that. I can give a lot of analogies to get people to understand things. But again, simple concept, just pay attention to what people hear. You can tell, pay attention to the level of frustration. The other example I'll give that helps a lot of people, myself included, especially for those of y'all that know how to sell and are out selling a lot of clients. Think about you sit with, I don't know, a 22-year-old kid has just bought his first house, literally just moved out from his parents, versus a 72-year-old widow whose husband just died 3 weeks ago, versus 48-year-old couple with 3 kids, and he has a great job, versus maybe 52-year-old single dude that's a warehouse guy. Think about those 4 situations and how differently you'd speak to all of them. Think about when clients say things that might frustrate you. Do you show your frustration, or do you hold it in and ask quality questions to get them to understand what you want to say? Most of us that sell a lot become really dynamic with different personalities, different situations, different moods. We become really dynamic and we treat people accordingly. We're very flexible. Every in-home's not the same. Every client we sit with, we don't speak exactly the same. We certainly have the same structure, but very different conversational. Yet with agents, we tend to speak one way, with one language, one mentality, with one tonality, and we treat all of our agents exactly the same, have the same expectations of everybody. For me, I realized one day, like, dang, that's pretty stupid. I really have to be dynamic with agents and people everywhere, because this helps me in real outside life too. We have to be as dynamic with agents as we are with clients, and we have to understand what people hear versus the things that we're saying, and this will allow a lot more clarity to be on the table, and lack of clarity is typically what causes frustration. When you're not on the same page with someone is where I found myself or the agents become the most frustrated. So easy tweaks, easy things to change, just pay attention to it, be aware, and as soon as you understand it exists, maybe some of it will get a little light bulb to go off, and it'll let you adjust the way you're doing things. So hopefully it helps. Later.